Pacquiao has his fire back. Where did you see that move, or when did that come into your conscience?
When I watched him sparring for the first 2 weeks, it was just the in and out and the speed, making the guy, catching the guy 3-4 punch combination and getting out and making a miss. It was enjoyable to watch. It really was.
What's motivated him for this fight? What's keeping him? What's making him go to the gym?
I think
He wants to fight next year. Is that what he's looking for?
Yeah, I mean he wants to be fight. Yeah, he wants the biggest fight out there. And I thought it was Mayweather, but this guy might have changed it.
I'm trying to get that fight. I'm trying to get that fight.
But look,
I'll call Floyd later and let him know.
I like that fight. I mean, this guy was a great amateur and all that. But,
That's great.
Manny could knock him 135 pounds.
Yes, he can. Manny's a great puncher at 140. That's why I'm saying that.
But 140, Lomachenko would be dead.
140 would be the fight, though. I mean, I couldn't go any lower. Yeah. Because Manny Pacquiao, like, when he used to be a 35-pounder, right? He was explosive and all that. But one thing about making 35 and making weight as a fighter, I mean, like, everyone says, why is like Miguel Cotto or somebody, how come he never smiles and stuff? I said, because they're always fucking making weight. People used to say, when I was my father wouldn't even come talk to me because he knew I was in a bad mood because I was making weight. Manny Pacquiao, the only time I ever seen him mad at Boo Boy, one day he's making weight and he slapped Boo Boy in the face. I never saw that before. Manny even was angry with making weight. He said, I mean, it's the worst thing in the world. But making 140, he's done that in camp all the time. I mean, 40 is a reasonable weight. He can make 140. We might have to bring that up to 140.
Okay. You keep mentioning 140. Obviously, Terrence Crawford's the champion, the king at 140. Not looking too far past this fight, obviously, but is that a fight that you guys are kind of looking at after this?
Well, we have to be looking at that fight because he is one of the biggest guys, new guys out there, and he's a very good fighter, and he has great legs, and it's a difficult fight. Yeah, I mean, he really showed in his last fight that he can move for 12 rounds, and he does punch very well. I think he has a lot of power, because he does hurt people when he hits them, and he does have some sensational knockouts out there. It's a fight we're talking about. It's not my favorite fight in the world, but it is something that we know we might have to find out.
I think you've had a good look at him. I mean, you were in the opposite corner with Carl.
Yes.
So
I mean,
you heard a lot?
I've watched him. I mean, he's like a young Mayweather. I mean, but he's a little bit more aggressive. He hits a lot harder. And, I mean, this guy has great legs for 12 rounds. I mean, he can move very well in the ring. I mean, he can even run when he wants to. But during those exchanges, when he stops and punches, he does punch very hard. That's a very difficult fight.
Have you given up on the Floyd Mayweather fight, Freddie? He sparred last week for the first time. They said he looked really sharp. Have you given up on that fight, or do you still want Manny to kind of pull him out?
First, I'd like to know why he visited me twice 2 months ago before I left. And he came by my gym. The first time I was there, second time I was in Russia. But he wanted to watch the sparring and watch my guys work out. And then I asked him if he was looking for Manny Pacquiao. And he just smiled and he kind of ignored everything and so forth. I don't really know why he came here, but really, why else would he come here? I think he's looking for Manny Pacquiao. I think that fight's a big one.
What do you think of his sparring again? Does that give indication that he's coming back, Freddie?
Oh, he'll be back for sure.
Hey, Freddie, can you talk to us about the best?
I think that he's back for sure. I mean, he's not done either. I mean, he's still a good boxer. He's still fresh. He's not the most exciting guy in the world to watch, but he's a very good boxer. I mean, he is.
Freddie, the last time we spoke, last fight, it was supposed to be your guy's last fight. Is there any concern on your part that he's staying in this game too long? Boxing's history.
No. He told me before the fight that this is not his last fight, so the retirement was kind of. I think he was trying to please some people. His family wants him to retire and so forth, and I think he was just trying to please a lot of people that maybe want him to get out of boxing. And then he ran for senator, and that boxing was kind of getting in the way. So running as senator as a retired fighter was easier than, like how much time are you going to want off and so forth. I mean, the thing is, I mean, as a congressman, he could get time off, but as a senator, the other senators said, well, if he gets time off, why don't we get time off? So we're kind of stuck a little bit, so we just had to work through it. And I think that he just wanted to get that out of the way, and it was easier just to say retired. But he's never been retired in my mind, because he's told me before that last fight and after that last fight that we're not through yet. And I said, I know.
How do you train him? How different fighter is he? How do you handle him and plan for these fights compared to when he was just blowing people out? You know, you go back to the Ricky Hatton fight, he looked like he could beat anybody.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to bring that back, yes, and I did see that, a lot of that in the first 2 weeks of sparring. It was really, really good to see. And I said, Manny, can you do that every day? And he said, yeah, and he did complain to me, and he said, you know, I'm not a machine. I said, but I want you to be, I told him.
Freddie, I laughed at my calendar this week.